Hello, welcome to the 2010 NAMM show. I'm here showing the CP1 for Kraft music. So basically the CP1 is the top of the line for our CP series. It features all of the complete technology of our new spectral component modeling system. CP1 focuses on acoustic pianos, of which there are two very beautifully, meticulously sampled acoustic pianos built into it, along with modeled behaviors such as being able to change the hammers, soft or hard hammers, and being able to control key-off positioning as well. In addition to that, the CP also focuses on vintage electric pianos, time pianos and reed pianos that everybody knows and loves. Also, there is an FM tone generator in this that's true FM as well. It's a spare no expense modeled piano system. So I'm going to play a few of the sounds for you right now. First one in here is the CF3S. This is a meticulously created rendering of our CF3S 9-foot concert grand. The cool thing about the CP is that you're your own piano technician on it. So if you feel like you need harder or softer hammers, we've modeled that behavior. So if I turn from, say, a soft hammer up to a harder hammer, I get a much brighter sound. Or if I go the other direction, so that's the CF3S concert grand. Right next to it is an S6 grand piano. This is a 7-foot 4-inch piano, and this one is a much kind of a darker piano sound. Again, I have control over things like key off and hammer hardness as well on this. A lot of people have asked me in the course of the demos I've done at the NAMM show, well, how big is that sample? Well, at Yamaha, what they did when they developed these keyboards is that they used as much sample memory as possible. So it's really not about how much sample memory. It's that you cannot hear any cross-switching of velocity like you do on other pianos. It's completely even all the way from the very bottom all the way to the top. And it makes it so you have a remarkably realistic and gratifying experience. It really, really feels like you're playing a concert grand piano. I've been a pianist for a long time, and by far this is the best feeling, best sounding thing I've ever played. In addition to that, as you play, you start to realize, wow, this action feels so good. And that's because we have created a brand new action called the Stage NW, which stands for Stage New Wood. This action has been designed to really feel really great when you're playing an acoustic piano, but also the electric pianos, which I'm going to in a second. The keys are made out of wood, and the tops are made out of synthetic ivory, just like our, $100,000 concert grand pianos. It's really just a great feeling keyboard, and something that I always want anybody to come out and try out for themselves. We've also modeled some other pianos, such as the CP80. The CP80 electric grand was a very famous electric grand piano that Yamaha made in the 70s, and real popular sound in a lot of those recordings from the 70s and the 80s. What the CP1 really does remarkably well is time pianos. There's basically 4 different types of time pianos that cover the range of the development of that product. So the first one, which was made with felt hammers, called Case 71 in here, really feels just like the Rhodes. In addition to that, if I change things like the strike position, I can move literally where the pickup for the tines are hitting. So if I move it to the rear, it sounds like basically the one that I always own, which has always been beaten up. Now it's kind of a good time to kind of point out exactly what else is going on in here. There is a modulation effect block in here that simulates all of the classic effects that were used on the Rhodes. The small phaser is a perfect, meticulously modeled version of the old phasers from the 70s. This features our virtual component modeling system that's found in stuff like the Motif XS. And how these are modeled is basically every single capacitor, transistor of those old phaser boxes was recreated inside here based on following the exact schematics of those products. So it's a very cool way of developing these things, and it sounds exceptionally realistic. So that's the 73, the Suitcase 75. Brighter piano, a little bit different preamp designed for this. And then the Mark V. Real bright, real strong sounding piano. Cool story about this, we took this over to Chick Corea's studio and compared it to his time piano that he has. And Chick, the quote was, "This is 99% my piano. This is just incredible." The sound of the key-offs, the sound of the hammers change dynamically, which is very different than if these were sampled in there. None of this, of the electric pianos in here, use any samples. These are true models of those original instruments, and truly the most vintage sounding thing I've ever played comparatively. We also have modeled recreations of the reed pianos of the 60s as well. This one's the 69 WR is what we call this, and right next to it is the later one, the 77. Really cool renditions of that as well. These are getting more and more popular every time I go out to a club or turn on a new record. Someone's playing this type of piano. It's really cool, really sounds great. In addition to that, we have a true FM tone generator that covers the gamut of our DX7, TX816, any FM tone generator that we have. So when I play this, this is real FM, just like in those classic FM synthesizers that Yamaha produced in the 80s and the 90s. Several different versions of that. There's another one here. And then the cool thing about the CP1 is I can also layer and split this keyboard. So in this case I have the CF3S Concert Grand layered with a FM sound, which gives you a nice acoustic piano sound with a really gorgeous FM backing to it. So that's the Yamaha CP1. If you notice also, just briefly mention here, the display, the Yamaha logo is a cool backlit display that I can actually switch on, off, and have 3 different levels of slick logo work. Chrome CP1. The top is this kind of vinyl top, so it's very vintage, but it has a real modern flavor as well. A really nice design. It comes with this 3-pedal unit. But in addition to that, you can always go to craftmusic.com to get bundles, things like cables, stands, cases, and have a really great value on this piano in addition to the piano itself. So, thank you very much from the NAMM Show 2010.